So what am I going to tell you about this time? Let's talk about the time Hasbro destroyed vintage Star Wars toys. So for this story, we're going to go way back to the early 90s. Star Wars was hot again thanks to a comic book series called Dark Empire and a novel called Heir to the Empire. They were both called Empire. How about that? If it's called Empire, it's usually going to be good, right? Anyway, this was the early 90s. Star Wars was starting to come back. You had the novel, the comics. You even had Bendham toys in the store. And there was talk about a prequel and talk about the special edition. Every toy company wanted Star Wars. And you can't blame them. I mean, Star Wars, right? So, around 1993, maybe early 1994, all the toy companies met up at Lucasfilm. And each one would bring their concept art, drawings of what they wanted to do with the Star Wars line. But Hasbro knew, hey, we got to do something better. We can't just show up with our pictures of drawings like everyone else. We've got to make a splash. So what did they do? Well, Hasbro, of course, at this time still owned Kenner and hadn't shut down Kenner yet. And Kenner had the famous Kenner Museum. And the Kenner Morgue. I've done a video on both of those. Check it out. But the Kenner Museum housed anything Kenner thought was important. And they didn't have just like figures. They had cases of stuff. Play sets. Figures. Not just Star Wars, but hey, Star Wars is important. Star Wars figures. Play sets. In the cases. And I don't mean in the box. I mean in the shipping cases. But sometimes in the box also. So what did Hasbro do? Well, they sent a team over to the Kenner Museum. And they opened up those shipping boxes. And pulled out Star Wars toys. The shipping boxes mostly, or some of the play sets. A vintage box Falcon, Ewok PlayStation. Why did I say PlayStation? The Ewok playset. They didn't care what it was. They took it out of the shipping box, ripped open the vintage box, took the toy out, and then took saws and knives and tore the ships up. Hollowed them out, putting electronics on the inside, repainting them, doing all kinds of things to make them look updated. For example, the Ewok playset, it got a chair that would lift up with 3PO sitting in it. I don't know why they didn't do that with the Kenner line. That one's pretty neat. And they never even did re-release that one. The Falcon got a new paint job, and the AT-AT got black stripes added to it. I don't know why. But anyway, they took all these vintage Star Wars toys, destroyed them, and retooled them, and then went to meet with Lucasfilm, and we know what happened. We know who got the rights to it. And Hasbro kind of kept the frame of mind to use the old look of Star Wars. For most of the ships in the Power of the Force 2 line in 1995, they used the same mold, just updated the paint and the electronics, kind of like they pitched to Lucasfilm. So I guess it all came full circle.
So these are customs.
Do you hear that? That's millions of collectors out there crying at the opening of vintage Star Wars toys. Do you hear that? Off in the distance, it's YouTuber wannabe gatekeepers saying it's their toys, they can do what they want to with it. Anyway, that's just the story of the time Hasbro destroyed vintage Star Wars toys. I want to thank you for watching. As always, thumb up on any of my content, subscribe to the channel, and we will talk again soon.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.
Inside the Death Star Space Station playset.